What's up, metal and heavy music fans? This is Flight of Icarus with MetalTrenches.com, and today we're going to talk about New York hard rock supergroup The Damned Things. This band is made up of Dan Andriano on bass from Alkaline Trio, Keith Buckley on vocals from Every Time I Die, Scott Ian on guitar from Anthrax, Andy Hurley on drums from Fall Out Boy, and Joe Trohman also on guitar, also from Fall Out Boy. And this is their first album in 8 years, High Crimes, via Nuclear Blast Records. I'd recommend The Damned Things to fans of Queens of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters, and them Crooked Vultures. Now, in a nutshell, I'd basically have to say that High Crimes is the Queens of the Stone Age album that I was hoping for from 2017's Villains. Much like Queens of the Stone Age, The Damned Things serve up memorable, hard-hitting rock riffs and an overall sound that is simply dripping with attitude. And in a time where true, dyed-in-the-wool rock and roll is largely a dead, decaying corpse ripe for museum display, I'm always thankful to get an album even moderately worth listening to in this genre. Admittedly, my initial draw to this project was the excellent choice of Keith Buckley on vocals. My occasional irritation with his personality notwithstanding, I'm a long-time Every Time I Die fan, and in my mind there could be no other choice for a frontman. Despite his birthplace of Buffalo, New York, Keith has the reincarnated soul of a 70s Southern rock singer burning inside of him. This strange inclination towards Lynyrd Skynyrd and Molly Hatchet always made his voice an intriguing breath of fresh air to the hardcore scene, and is perfectly suited for the bluesy riffs on display with High Crimes. That attitude I mentioned before is greatly amplified by his presence, and for the last time, I promise, this presents further comparisons to divisive bad boy Josh Homme. But Keith's clear footprint on this album aside, all of the talented musicians on this project come together on this one and bring something to the table. The drums, though rarely flashy, add plenty of weight and make for some pretty killer breaks and fills. Similarly, the bass makes its presence known as more than just an ever-present rumble. Dan throws in his own share of groovy fills, especially on tracks like Let Me Be, never wanting to be outstaged by the aforementioned rollicking guitar hooks of Scott and Joe. And let me just say, if you're a long-time Fall Out Boy hater like myself, not for a second does that distract me from their instrumentation on this album. Not a dose of squeaky clean pop-punk to be found here. Just pure rock and roll. But yeah, all around, just a really solid album. Time will tell whether it has any staying power, but I quite enjoyed my listens of High Crimes and also appreciate the heavier Every Time I Die-isms that they toss in on closing track, The Fire Is Cold. In short, it's just damn fun, and like I said, a welcome rock oasis in a world sorely missing it. I give High Crimes a 9 for enjoyability. It's a tight, consistent listen that I may or may not find myself revisiting. I give it an 8 for musicianship. They play very well, both individually and as a unit, but don't expect anything too flashy or out of the ordinary. And finally, I give it a 7 for innovation. Average marks for this one, nothing you haven't really heard before. But all of this averaging out to a total score of 8. B-. Get High Crimes via Nuclear Blast on April 26th. Thanks again for listening. Check below for links to the album. You'll also find links to our social media, or if you're a repeat listener who finds yourself valuing my opinion and or walking away with new music you might have otherwise missed, consider donating to the Patreon. At the bare minimum, please subscribe to the channel and share the video with others who might appreciate it. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.